Hi guys, are you guys ready for Christmas? It has been an interesting day and I was sitting there thinking about it. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just us females, but why when Christmas is coming, we're like, right, we got to clean the house from top to bottom. It's not like Santa's going to sit there and judge our housework and see whether or not we're being naughty or nice by the state of our cupboards. I don't know. But that's what I've been doing all day. Scrubbing my house top to bottom, thinking about LinkedIn. And I promised you guys I'm going to come live today and tell you about LinkedIn philosophy, LinkedIn design, and a few tips and tricks to help make your LinkedIn outreach more successful. Before I do that, I'm going to tell you a story. So last year, Jen, Chris, anybody who knew me last year will tell you that I was getting so frustrated. Like I was putting a lot of money, like hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month into LinkedIn outreach. I hired another company to do it for me. I got them to optimize my profile, write my scripts, send it, optimize my script. I was changing niches left, right, and center, and it wasn't working. I put thousands of dollars into LinkedIn outreach and it didn't work for me. And I was like, what am I doing wrong? So I threw myself, like I dived down the rabbit hole of LinkedIn. I'm like, I know this has to work. Like it works for some people. Why is it not working for me? And I did so much research. It's not funny. And then I found so much conflicting data out there. People who are using LinkedIn are telling you different things. Like they're saying, oh, do this. Say in your headline, I help businesses get more customers. Like that's what they're saying works. And then someone else is saying, no, talk about you, not about what you do. And it was just overwhelming. I was like, how am I supposed to know how to make it work when the company I've hired to do this for me can't do that? So I decided to sit down and do some testing. And now you guys get to benefit from my trial and error, and you don't have to go through a year and thousands of dollars to figure out how it works, because I've already done that for you. So the first thing I did, well, actually, it was not the first thing I did. After I spent thousands of dollars and realized, well, LinkedIn just doesn't work, I realized that, you know what? I never sat down and looked at LinkedIn. Like I know what makes Facebook tick, right? You have to read their terms and their policies, and you have to do all these things and dive into it to understand the algorithm. No one understands the algorithm, but we have an idea about what is important to Facebook, right? Had I looked at what made LinkedIn tick? I hadn't, have you? So I realized, I should probably do that. And I had a look into their policies, and they have 3 core philosophies, which once I started understanding, I started optimizing everything to that, and it just took off. So the first thing is members first. The entire process behind LinkedIn is to protect their membership, right? They have so many people on there. They have more Fortune 500 company CEOs on their platform than almost any other platform, and they're using it professionally. So their first thing is to protect their membership. It's built for their members. It's not built for mass marketing. It's not built to make LinkedIn money. That's what they have Sales Navigator for. It's not built to make anybody else on their platform money. It's built for their members. Okay. Number 2, their number 2 philosophy, relationships matter. Like it's literally written into their philosophy is number 1, members first. Number 2, relationships matter. And you can see this in their connection, right? So they have like tier 1 connection, tier 2 connection, tier 3, 3+. The relationships that you have with LinkedIn, the relationships that you have with your connections on LinkedIn, that is analyzed at a level that like it blows your mind. Right? On Facebook, you can send friend requests to almost anybody unless they have like prohibited it and stuff like that. On LinkedIn, they want to make sure you guys run in the same circle. And more than that, they want to make sure that you're interacting with people in that circle before you can reach out to them. Like it's crazy how deep they go into it. And then once you understand that this connection tier platform, I could talk for an hour about it, but I'm not. works, you then got to realize that everything you do needs to be geared towards connection, towards bringing everybody up to a level 1 tier. If you can bring everybody up to a level 1 tier, then LinkedIn's going to basically let you do whatever you want. Like, if you ever notice, some people are able to mass send thousands of connections a month and other people aren't, right? And it's not what paid subscription they're on or anything else. It's just people are like, oh, well, my profile doesn't do that. Like, LinkedIn's bullied me. No, you just haven't understood the connection and you haven't put in the strategies that are needed to work towards what LinkedIn's looking for so that LinkedIn then works on your behalf. So bring everybody up to that tier 1 connection by interacting with everybody. Okay. Contents, connections, conversations, all of these is what LinkedIn's looking for. They want to make sure that you're not there mass marketing. They want to make sure that you're not pitching. Like, they will actively stop mass marketing. Yes, Facebook limits what you can do too, right? But LinkedIn, they're like, no, you sent enough connections, or they will shut down your account like very, very, very quickly if they feel that you're there doing any kind of mass marketing. They actively limit the things that we need to be able to do to mass market. So if you're interacting with everybody, if you're interacting with your content, if you're giving them content, if you're sharing their content, if you're actively having conversations with them, it's going to be bringing them up to this level 1 connection. And then you'll be able to keep sending friend requests and LinkedIn will work on your behalf and give you a little bit more leeway. So that's the first 2. The third philosophy is the one that I don't see many people using. Okay. Open, honest, and constructive is literally the third philosophy. Open, honest, and constructive. Now, this goes further than transparency and honesty in advertising. This goes way further than that. It goes, so they are more in depth than like Google. Okay. Like, they're looking for keywords here, there, and everywhere. They're looking at your brand, your voice, your personality. They want to make sure that all of it is the same almost. Okay. So because of this open, honest, and then constructive part, the tactics of spam and bulk building is restricted. It's openly prohibited. Okay. Now, how do you get around this? Now, I'm not trying to tell you to break the rules here, like get around it. It's coming out of my mouth quite a lot. And that's not what I'm trying to say. How do you work with this and use this to your advantage? Be open and honest about who you are. Now, not just in your messaging, right? In your conversations, in your profile, in your banner, in your content, and in your messaging. LinkedIn is looking, is your activity, is your services, is your, if you're using the creative option, talked about section, is your headline, is all of this showing some semblance of, the word's escaping me, some semblance of sameness. Wrong word, you know what I mean? They are actively looking at that. Okay. So once you understand that this is the philosophy, how do you put it into practice? How do you make it work? So the first things first, and I'm going to share the screen here and I'm going to show you guys my profile. My profile is a work in progress. All right. So you're going to see things and I'm going to point out to you things that I should be doing better. Send me a friend request on LinkedIn. Connect with me on LinkedIn because you'll be able to actively see me improving this as we go. Okay. So this here is my LinkedIn. Now, first thing to look at, what's the first thing that your eyes are drawn towards when you're looking at anybody's LinkedIn profile? The colors, the pictures, the images, right? It's the first thing that your eyes get drawn towards. So, is it speaking to you? And if it is speaking to you, what does it say? So I used this example just yesterday when I was talking to a student of mine. Penelope Garcia, the character in Criminal Minds, right? Think about her. She is bubbly. She's like a punk rocker. She's got beautiful nail polish all the time. She's so bubbly. She's got like little figurines everywhere. Her hair is always so artistic. She is a personality, right? We can recognize her personality no matter where we go because who she is as a brand. Now, if she was on LinkedIn and then you were to look at like her banner, right? Or her profile picture or something, and you were looking at like words are hard today. If you were looking at like a blank, stark, almost clinical kind of profile, those things don't match, right? It just doesn't. So we talk about brand a lot. We talk about avatar a lot. We really, really do. But this is just another example of where it's going to blend in. You need to make sure that anybody looking at your profile sees you. Okay. Now, when I'm looking at this one, this is me. Like this picture of me, I love being outdoors. Like I told you guys in a post the other day, I am intentional about being in nature. I'm intentional about wellness and things like that. And part of that is the fact that I love spending time in the woods which surround my house. So this profile picture is me in my natural element. Okay. My banner is reflecting who I am. Right? There's a mountain there. There's Atlas that's shouldering the world. There's text. Okay. So let's break it down a little bit more. Your headshot needs to be clear, not blurry. And then your face needs to be in the center of the picture. Okay. So even if you're not like an agency owner all day, every day, let's say you're a builder. Okay. I've seen some profiles of people that are like builders. They're wearing a cap. Right? They turn off to the side. You can actively see them working on what they're doing, which is great. See this big buff arm, but you don't see much of their face. Like you see the side profile. Okay? Don't do that. Your face needs to be the center of the picture. The face is what draws people in with eyes looking at you. That's what draws people in. And then the other part that some of us forget is to smile. Okay? If you're an open mouth smiler or a closed mouth smiler, try and make it natural. If you're a naturally grumpy person, please smile. Okay? You really want this picture to just draw somebody in when they're looking at it. And then the next picture is, the backdrop, the banner. This is prime real estate. I say this if we have Facebook, for anything, this is prime real estate. Does it represent you, the person, or the business? So let's go back to like Penelope Garcia. Okay. If you were looking at, a super, super modern concrete picture of a home or something that just doesn't fit with who she is, would you believe it? Like it would feel mismatched. Okay. Let's go somewhere else. Let's say you're an agency owner that mostly works with like females. Okay. So you're like pink and floral and speaking love and support. Like that's who you are. That's your brand. And then we were to look at this banner and it was like bold, masculine colors with like super bold font and no like cursive and thing. It just wouldn't work together, correct? So you need to make sure that it speaks to you. Okay. Now, the next thing is, do you have a tagline? If you have a tagline, put it on there. Now you have a look on my profile, but right here, my tagline is taking agencies from dreams to reality. Okay. At the moment, I'm testing this one because at the moment I'm mostly using my LinkedIn to connect with other agency owners. If you saw it like a month or two ago, I was using this for my agency, Atlas Online Solutions, and I was connecting with other businesses. And you would have seen we carry businesses like Atlas carries. We carry businesses like Atlas shoulders the world. All right. So if you have a tagline, put it there. Let people see who you are. Another part, the reason for that, business owners have hundreds of thousands of agency owners that they can work with, like hundreds of thousands. And almost all of them do lead gen in one form or another. Okay. Almost all of them have resources for your website and your online platforms. Most of us kind of do similar things, right? What makes them work with you? What makes them work with John? What makes them work with Jennifer? What makes them work with Anthony, Chris or Zach? It's who they are. Okay. People buy from people. People don't buy things. They buy from people. So if you are the kind of person who's outside in your backwoods more often than you are in a mall, then make sure that that is reflected in your picture and it's reflected in your tagline. And then the next part to make sure you have is text. Okay, not just your tagline. I really, really, really want to see a call to action on your banner. Like always, it's going to create an awareness to people, like a subconscious thing. This person is open to connecting, right? And that can be anyway. It can be your website, your phone number, or as mine says, DM me. Okay. This is what's really truly going to open up the amount of people that connect with you, whether or not you're manually using LinkedIn or you're using an automated LinkedIn service or anything like that. The design, this is all design, by the way, this is just design. If you've done it right, it's going to significantly, I wasn't joking. I wasted thousands of dollars before I figured this out. And people just weren't accepting my requests. Like I was sending out connection requests nonstop and nobody was accepting them. I changed my design and my connection percentage is like way up. Okay. That's like, even if they're not interested, they still connect. Right. So make sure you do that. And then you're going to optimize right from there. There is a lot of conflicting information, as I said, about how to optimize your LinkedIn. And I'm not going to have time to sit here and show you all of them. If you want to find out more of the things that you need to do, then join us inside the Atlas Agency Launch Lab program, where I teach you guys like step by step exactly what to do. I did drop a document into the Facebook group, the Atlas Agency Launch Lab public, private, in a way, community. Just do a search on Facebook and you'll find us. Inside the file section, you'll find a document that step by step gives you bullet points on what to optimize inside of your LinkedIn. But the first thing is your headline. Okay. I'm going to show you exactly where it is. This is the part right here. It goes directly underneath the person's name. Okay. This is your headline. Now, talk about who you are, not just what you do. So if I was to put in here, I help agencies get more customers, right? I see it a lot, I help businesses get more customers. Awesome. But who are you? Like, what is differentiating you from somebody else? Now, this here has come from my offer validation training. If you haven't done that yet, then don't attempt this, okay? But you should put something like CEO/founder of this business. And then what else are you? Dog lover, husband, something like that. Say who you are. Okay. And then put a call to action in there. Now notice here how I have used bold and italic. Just do a quick Google search. You'll find a huge amount of free tools out there that will bold and italicize your wording. And if you could put it into that, it increases the chances of your profile being accepted and responded to. Okay, next is services. All right, so use 10 services. This ties into LinkedIn, it ties into SEO. Just put in the top 10 areas that you want to be found. Okay, it's so important. Like I told you, that LinkedIn really burrows deep into making sure that everything on your platform and everything you're saying and everything you're interacting with and everything you're putting out there is all meshing together correctly. Services really truly ties into that. And then your about me. So your about me is, you guys can't see it because it's like I'm looking at it as if it's from me. But let's take a quick look here and we'll find Zach. Oh, can't even spell my husband's name. Oopsies, he's going to watch this and have a little giggle. That's fine. All right. So if you have a look at somebody else's profile, and if you click on view full profile, you'll be able to see somebody's about me. All right. Now, when you write your profile, people can get stuck. Like it's hard to talk about yourself. It really is. It really is. So there are a couple of things that I want you to cover. First thing, always write in the first person, not the third person. 4 or 5 years ago, you were seeing a lot of LinkedIn profiles that kind of ran like a journalism bio piece. It was, Sheena is the founder of Atlas Online Solutions and creator, Atlas Agency Launch Lab, blah, 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 blah. Now it says, hi, you, me, I. Write it in the first person. That's what's going to be working. Now, the 4 things you need to make sure that you uncover is about me. Who am I? All right. About what you do. Who am I? What do I do? About your company. And then your why. All right. So if you have a look here at Zach's about me, it says, you're in the right place. Welcome somebody. I connect people here. Why do I do that? I was born and raised in small town America. I worked alongside my parents as they followed the entrepreneurial path. So I have a lifetime of experience in facing in the day-to-day frustrations. All right. About my business, about his education. And then, it's my passion. This is his why. It's my passion to combine business, knowledge of the economy, and technical skill with your vision in an era where corporate greed is trying to steal what's not theirs. I'm here. Let's build your vision, make it a reality. Like if you can see, he's telling you very, very clearly what is his why. Okay? Make sure you put it in there. And if you don't have a strong why, like if you don't have you're like, what's my why? Go on to Atlas Agency Launch Lab, go to the branding section inside your library, do it. It's going to really, really dive deep into what's your why. For some people, it's, I have a child and I want to show them that they don't need to go to school all day, every day, just to turn out to be a worker bee drone. It can be, I have a wife, I have a husband, and I love them. And I really, really want us to get to here. And the reason I chose digital marketing is because I've seen how much it weighs on people when they don't get their goals in life. And I want you to have the ability to get where you need to, like whatever your why is, put it out there. Okay. All right. Now in your featured section. So if you scroll down on here, you're going to see my featured section. Okay. Now in my featured section, I have a podcast that I recently did with Business Radio X. I have a recorded testimonial by one of my students. Now, update this all the time, right? You want it to be really current. If you looked at it like a month ago, there was an article that had been put out about me, things like this. Make sure it's current. Make sure it ties into your services. It ties into your bio. It ties into who you're actively trying to reach right now. And have at least 2 examples. Like you can have up to 4, but have at least 2 that talk about your current role and it's represented by a media, a link or something. And make sure that at least one of them's a video, not just an article. Remember that conversation about people buy from people? People don't just buy things. If they can see you and they can hear you and they can see your personality, like I'm not like super, super bubbly and out there and over the place, but some people are just like, they have this gorgeous personality and it just shines right through the screen. This is what people are looking for. And if you don't have a video or anything about you, connect with us because Zach is taking agency owners live and he's asking them preset questions about the agency, about their journey into digital marketing, their aha moment, things they didn't expect, little things like that. And we can do a video about you and you can post it on your LinkedIn that way. All right. And then any current news. So is there any news articles and things that you have been put out in? And then number 5 is your activity. So there's so many, many, many more things I could go through and show you about. As I said, if you want to know the rest of it, then dive into that. It's into Launch Lab training and you'll find it there. One of the ones is like turning your creator mode on. Okay. You can do newsletters, you can do follow links and things like that. And it will give you profile topics. So if you were to look at my profile now, you're going to see straight underneath my bio, my headline, I talk about sales, business, lead generation, client acquisition, and digital marketing. All right. So that's just one of the ones. But activity is probably even more important than that. So if you have a look at somebody else's profile, my profile, right, you can see what people are saying and who they're interacting with. So mine's really, really bad. Mine would usually show, all the people that I have interacted with, not just the stuff I'm putting out there. but it doesn't look like I've done that in a few days, and that's fine. All right. Goodness me, that is bad, but that's okay. When you have a look at yours, if you don't have much activity, that's going to tell LinkedIn that you aren't there for connection, that relationships don't matter to you. Okay. And if LinkedIn doesn't think LinkedIn doesn't think that relationships matter to you, they aren't going to show you any leeway in your mass marketing. Okay. So the other reason it's so important is it shows people that you're real, not just a spammer. Okay. Like it's when you look at somebody's profile, all right, let's pull up Jen has been super busy right now, so hopefully I'm not picking on her. I should have checked before I got on here, but that's fine. So if you have a look at her profile, you'll be able to see her activity, okay? And you'll be able to see she reposts things, okay? And you'll see that she likes other people's things and that she's sharing other people's things and she's commenting on people's things. This is going to show you people that you're real, right? That you're not just there to spam people, to get something from somebody, that you are there to contribute. And it's going to gain you followers. Like, as I said, when you send a connection request to people, often they have a quick look at your profile, right? They want to know why you're reaching out to them. People don't trust people these days. They just don't. And if they can see in your activity that you are interacting with people and you're saying nice things and you're doing things, not just saying, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, they're way more likely to accept your connection. And once they accept your connection, then all of their connections now open to you. Okay. So it's going to really help you gain followers. Number one is comment on things that are related to your niche. Give value. Like somebody made a comment the other day and they said, hey, has anybody ever used Sales Navigator or LinkedIn for outreach? And if so, how? I commented on there. I said, yeah, no, I have. I don't use Sales Navigator. I use a different platform, but it's similar and it works the same way. And I found a lot of success with it lately. And they said, great, can you tell me how? Why? I told them step by step, in like 5 different comments, exactly how to make LinkedIn work for them. To give value. People are going to see what you've commented and they're going to see whether or not you're a person they want to interact with. And if it's related to your niche, it's going to show them that you're an expert, that they can trust you. And then the other reason this is so important is LinkedIn looks for keywords in your activity. Okay? It matters to LinkedIn what you're saying and who you're interacting with. If you have no activity, then purposely bring activity by commenting, reacting, and sharing. So share at least 2 things on LinkedIn. You know, look for Harvard's digital marketing article or something, like to type into Google and share it and say, hey guys, look at this. I think it's super relevant related to whatever is going on in the industry right now. So share at least 2 things, comment on at least 2 posts on LinkedIn, and then react to at least 2 posts on LinkedIn. Okay, now as you can see, I haven't done that this week and I should have, but go ahead and try and do this like at least 3 times a week. It's going to show people when, no matter what outreach platform you're using, whether it's automated or you're doing it manually or whatever you're doing, it's going to show people that you're a real person. It's going to show LinkedIn that you're a real person. And it's like, as I said, I spent thousands until I figured this out. Now I'm booking 10 plus appointments a week. Okay. It works and it's super simple. So I hope that that's been helpful to you guys. There are so many more tips and tricks available to you. Head on into the Atlas LinkedIn Launch Live training and you'll find it in there. Look for the downloadable document that's inside your file section, and I'll see you guys next week.